Peace be upon you.
The Muslim market is considered one of the most rapidly growing tourism markets in the world. As an Islamic country, Malaysia shares a common Islamic culture and tradition with the Muslim travelers. Malaysia was the top choice for Muslim tourists, especially those from Middle Eastern countries, due to the country's Muslim-friendly tourism facilities and wide availability of halal food. Malaysia managed to attract 5.3 million Muslim tourists in 2018, mostly from the Middle East countries such as Jordan, Kuwait, Oman, UAE, Syria, and Saudi Arabia. Disappointingly, Turkish tourists seem not to favor Malaysia as their leisure destination. Even the opening of the Malaysian Tourism Office in Istanbul in 2013, the number of Turkish tourists visiting Malaysia had declined. Based on the recent statistics, only 4,893 of them visited Malaysia 2018. There remains a gap in what factors would motivate them to visit Malaysia as their preferred Muslim-friendly tourism destination. Moreover, with the Muslim-friendly tourism witnessed a significant growth, strategic market research is vital to be conducted to ensure that Malaysia does not lose its edge with other Muslim-friendly tourism destinations. This study gives a detailed understanding of the Malaysian Muslim-friendly tourism market by providing a comparative analysis from the visiting and non-visiting Turkish visitors' point of view. The primary objective of this research is first to examine Turkish visiting and non-visiting tourists' push and pull motivation to travel abroad. Second, to identify the expectations of outbound Turkish tourists on Malaysia as a Muslim-friendly tourism destination. Third, to examine Turkish tourist attitude and behavioral intention towards Muslim-friendly tourism. A self-reported experience through a survey was opted to explore the Turkish tourist motivation, expectation, attitude, and behavior. The survey was based upon the first-time, repeat tourists available in Malaysia and Turkish tourists that have no prior experience visiting Malaysia. With a total of 409 respondents, this study interviewed 253 Turkish first-time repeat visitors in Malaysia, 156 non-visiting Turkish citizens in Istanbul, Turkey. Additionally, multiple focus discussion groups (FDG) was executed, which includes Turkey Malaysia Tourism Director, Bahçeşehir University academician, travel agent, and tour guides. term of the visiting Turkish tourist, out of 253 respondents, majority of them claimed that they are return visitors, while only 89 of them visited Malaysia for the first time. They mostly spent less than 2 weeks in this country. Majority of them visited Malaysia for leisure and visiting the heritage and culture sites. Most of them traveled with their families and friends. Majority of them visited Malaysia because it is a Muslim country and they are mesmerized with natural beauty. Majority of them stayed at 4- and 5-star hotels, and social media was their main source of information. The availability of the tourism office in Istanbul also boosts their motivation to visit Malaysia. They are satisfied with the Muslim-friendly tourism hotel services, social environment, facilities, and halal food and beverages in Malaysia. Most of them would revisit and encourage their relatives and friends to visit Malaysia. Based on the 156 non-visiting tourist responses, searching for new experiences appeared to be the most crucial motive that triggered them to travel overseas. They wanted to learn a new culture and meet new people. Nonetheless, they also consider accommodation quality, safety attributes, natural attractions while traveling outbound. Notably, they are aware of Muslim-friendly tourism brand and brand quality. However, despite their awareness, they value Muslim-friendly tourism lowly and doesn't favor to be associated with the Islamic image. Most of them have low expectations of what Muslim-friendly tourism has to offer. Majority of them does not have any plan to visit Muslim-friendly tourism destinations soon, in line with their responses to the limited brand value and brand image of Islamic destination. On the other hand, majority of the respondents were happy to admit their readiness to visit Malaysia in the future. Despite the fact that Malaysia is a Muslim country, the availability of other countries, modern facilities, and the natural beauty motivates them to visit Malaysia. Based on the in-depth interview, this study confirms that Turkish tourists had no problem with limited access to halal facilities. They looked for destinations that adhere to their high standards and values. The FGD respondent highlighted Malaysian island, nature and beauty, modest Islamic culture, and halal Western branded restaurant available in Malaysia as the popular Malaysian tourism attributes. Majority of the respondents applauded the Malaysian government decision to promote Muslim-friendly tourism, as it is much friendlier than using the Sharia compliance term. Turkish tourist is not generic, mass traveler. They are experiential travelers and are open to new ideas and flexible in decision-making with high standards and values. Notably, Turkish and Arab tourist is different. The latter prefers destinations that respect their cultural sensitivities, while the initials prefer the new and modern culture. Accordingly, Muslim-friendly tourism had been Turkish own relevant tourism product. It is just a matter of time the Turkish domestic tourist will be turning into an outbound tourist. Given the current Islamic resurgence in Turkey, the demand for Muslim-friendly tourism would be getting bigger. Perhaps the Muslim-friendly tourism elements could help to refresh and renew the Malaysian tourism brand through product diversification and innovation. Nonetheless, the Islamic Tourism Center needs to decide promptly whether it is worth pursuing the Turkish tourist by promoting the Muslim-friendly tourism concept to the Turkish market.